Good morning, Southeast Texas, Southwestern Louisiana, and on the World Wide Web, King's Country, kingscountry.net. I'm Jim King of the Road, back to serve up some more country hits from yesterday and today. Plus, we'll be previewing my TV extravaganza, the Jim King of the TV Show, episode number 1005. For those of you keeping track, I'm going to play some audio segments from the show. In fact, in the next segment, we're going to zoom off to Nashville to speak to a rising country singer-songwriter, the lovely Lakeland Lemmings, and debut her new song called Parking Lot. That's coming up in just a few moments. Stay here on King's Country. Howdy, friends. Jim King of the TV and radio here with a very special guest. I've been watching this video over and over, and any person can relate to it, especially if you went to high school and were once a teenager. I've got this wonderful teenager on Zoom right now from Tennessee, West Tennessee, Henderson, there where she grew up. It's Lakeland Lemmings. Fantastic video, and I got to tell you up front that I also have an internet radio station, and I'm pretty picky about songs that I add, and I really love this song, so we're going to add it to our playlist today.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, tell us about it. A lot of your friends joined you in this video.
Yes, I was lucky to have filmed this in my hometown, and so I got a couple of my friends from here to be in it, and a lot of my friends had actually went back to college and was working and different stuff, so I had to find new friends. Luckily, we have social media nowadays, so I got to have some fans in it, and it was a great little experience. I got to make some new friends, too. So.
Any professional actors?
Well, I would say professional, but I did have some theater friends that got to put their acting skills, so it was great.
And you co-wrote this song.
Yes, I co-wrote this song with Tiffany Goss and Ash Bowers. I think we actually wrote it back in 2023. I just waited till the right time to release it. But yeah.
Is this your first music video?
Yes, this is my very first music video. It was super exciting, and I'm happy that this was the first one.
And you have a traditional vibe to your music because you grew up listening to people like Dolly Parton and Reba McEntire. In fact, you sang a Reba song at the very first performance you did in public. I think it was at a barbecue when you were around 6.
Yes, sir. My hometown has this thing called the Barbecue Festival. And I was around 6 years old, and I had started taking voice lessons, and my music teacher, she was like, hey, I'm doing a little showcase. You should come sing at it and, perform, because I always would show out in rehearsals and stuff because I love to dance and perform. And so I got up there on the little stage in my hometown on the main strip there and sang Why Haven't I Heard From You by Miss Reba. And I think that's where I caught the bug and hadn't went away since. So.
And you were kind of a tomboy growing up because I heard you're the snake killer of the family, and you used to have a pot-bellied pig named Hamlet when you were about 10.
You just know all the things. I love this. I kind of grew up both. I was definitely a tomboy. Was not afraid, to kill a snake or two when I needed to defend the fam. And I did have a pot-bellied pig named Hamlet, R.I.P. That was pretty much like my first official pet, and I loved him so much. But yeah, and then also, like I said, I grew up on like Dolly Parton and Carrie Underwood and Reba McEntire, and so I always had some glitz and glam in me too. I always knew what I wanted to do since I was 6 years old, so I was like, I'm going to do it, and kept my head down and working. I've been coming to Nashville since I was 12 years old, writing with anybody that would write with a 12-year-old. And then I signed a publishing deal when I was 17, and then a record deal at 19. So I think we're doing pretty good, and I'm very thankful, very blessed. So college is not in the plans as of now.
But I love your vocals on the song and the lyrics and the delivery and the whole video, the whole package. So great video.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I had a great team there working with me, and it was a great time.
Here comes Stone Country Records recording artist Lakeland Lemmings with Parking Lot as our Jackson Hill Park and Marina music clip of the week straight from Nashville. Kings Country at kingscountry.net. My wife and I sat down and watched the CMA Awards 59th annual last night, and I was surprised to see that Luke Combs and Morgan Wallen didn't win anything. Luke Combs did perform a couple of times. Never saw Morgan Wallen at the CMAs. I don't think he really is into that pomp and circumstance. That's what I get. That's the take I get on Morgan Wallen. Well, Luke Combs talked about why he hasn't done a collaboration with Morgan Wallen yet. Here's why they haven't done it yet.
We talked about it a couple of years ago. We just haven't found the song. I feel like there would be a lot of pressure on the song to be perfect, and if it wasn't right, it could just go terribly. It was we waited all this time, and it's such a letdown. I mean, I would love to do it. I don't know if he would love to do it, but I would love to do it. So I think it'd be cool. But you gotta find the right song for it.
King of the Road.
On Luke Bryan's tour bus in Benton, Louisiana, before all the fame and television appearances. You are doing your thing, and that's the title of the latest album.
Yeah, we seem to be doing our thing pretty well out here, and that's kind of why we titled the album that. We just want to, that's kind of our mentality. Just get out here and enjoy yourself and do your own thing, and hopefully all the fans and stuff will kind of see that's happening.
You're pretty busy on the road. Do you have time to stop and write every now and then?
Yeah, I mean, I'm writing probably once or twice a week and trying to, getting ready for another album, in the future. So always writing as much as I can. I just feel like, writing kind of keeps it all going, so that's kind of the main focus right now.
And of course, the rest is musical and television history. There's no bigger star in country music today than Luke Bryan. We play a lot of his stuff here on King's Country. Stay tuned.
She's in the kitchen at the crack of dawn, bacon's on.
All hail the hits. King's Country Internet Radio, where the crown belongs to country music. King's Country, kingscountry.net with Chris Stapleton. Of course, you saw him perform a lot at the 59th Annual CMA Awards the other night, but he did not win any awards. He was nominated in several major categories, but did not walk away with the trophy. You know who else was absent from the CMA Awards and has been the queen of everything for over a decade? Carrie Underwood. And speaking of Carrie, in a teaser for the new season of American Idol, Carrie Underwood says she's figured out a way to stop her kids from saying 6'7". Check it out.
Every time the kids say 6'7", we have to immediately say 53099.
That'll
and
work.
if we all band together and do that, it will stop. It's going to take all of us.
King's Country at kingscountry.net with Jim King of the TV and radio behind the wheel. Don't miss my TV extravaganza. For those of you keeping track, it's episode number 1005 this weekend on Fox Southeast Texas, the CW, Strike TV, plus YouTube. And this one will kick it off with Texas country troubadour Bart Crow. And in honor of the Texas Renaissance Festival, we'll cruise to Plantersville because that's wrapping up next weekend. We'll talk to the king and queen themselves. And then we're going to zoom off to Nashville. You heard the audio if you were with us earlier, and talk to rising singer-songwriter Lakeland Lemmings. He's got a new song called Parking Lot. We're going to close it out this week with the song about Hurricane Harvey back in 2017, written by a cat that's been here at the studio several times. Talking about Corey Michael. He's got a song called Texas Strong. We're going to give that a spin once again. And thanks for streaming King's Country. Here comes Kathy Mattea. Thanks again for streaming King's Country at kingscountry.net. That does it for another edition of the Jim King of the Radio Show. Don't miss the TV version, a lot like this, but with moving pictures. On Fox Southeast Texas, the CW, Strike TV, and YouTube. Check local listings. Now you know what to do. Keep between the ditches and have a good one. And join me next week for another edition of the Jim King of the Radio Show. Later, Gators.
Long live the king!